Welcome all. Is that my jacket? It's giving government. It's giving darkness and load shedding. Mumembe Fred, 0. You're fat. All right, feels good to be back, and it feels good to be with you. Are you excited? Thanks a lot. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate the fact that you're happy that we're back to give updates on some of the leading news stories. My name is Dingindaba Jonah Buyoya. Back in action. Thanks a lot to Chimweka for being second best and holding it down to the best of his ability. And I'm not saying this only just. I'm told you guys are the ones who told him that, you know, he's almost as good as I am. And I'm so proud of him for, you know, trying his best. He's not going to let this one slide. We should probably watch Sunday's episode of On the Table. And he's going to say, oh, maybe we're not that big to be on the table, to be talked about on the table. My goodness. Sorry? Do I think we're going to be bigger? I think so. I mean, oh, yeah. Anyway, what are we going to talk about on this edition of Zambia What a Day? Aflatoxin is still in the news. And rightfully so. On a very sad note, what happened in Chongwe, the 9 people that died there have been put to rest. We are also going to talk about the Socialist Party's Freddie Membe. He appeared before the Lusaka Magistrate Court where he was pleading not guilty to seditious practices. Then we will also talk about the enhanced employee safety. Let's get straight into it and talk a little bit about what's going on in the country. Another dog owner in Lusaka has shared a harrowing experience of seeing her dogs drop dead due to suspected aflatoxin contamination in their food. An unhappy Serafina Chinyanta told Diamond Media from her home that since the scandal was unearthed by a whistleblower recently, 3 dogs of her 5 pets have died, and indications point to the dreaded aflatoxins. The Zambia Compulsory Standard Agency has assured consumers and trading outlets that all the Millimil brands currently on supply in the market are safe for human consumption. Let's take a look at this. It was covered by Nicole.
A recent wave of dog deaths has gripped most pet owners following aflatoxins poisoning in animal feed and Millimil products. Weeks on, Sarafina Chinyanta is the latest casualty after losing 2 of her beloved 5 dogs. Shaken by the ongoing mass poisoning, Ms. Chinyanta invited Diamond Media to witness the struggle that her 3 surviving dogs are battling the suspected aflatoxin poisoning.
From nowhere tosangire fembwa for then the next day imbe yafuire yari funya blood kuka so then tatuishi be na ifove ni bantu limbi winovunga tore yari mbi na front to affected. So
our visit coincided with a veterinarian, Ryan Ngandu, who was called to check on the frail pets. Mr. Ngandu, who sympathizes with pet owners and the general public, is wary of the problem of identifying products that are unsafe.
For the incidents which we have received this same month, there are more than 18 so far. I've been feeding them soya pieces meat with the sawdust because we are scared. We don't know which brand is condemned.
Meanwhile, in the wake of public concerns over the safety of Millimil, the Zambia Compulsory Standards Agency has reassured consumers and trading outlets of safe products.
That all brands of Millimil currently being supplied on the market are safe for human consumption.
ZCSA, in collaboration with other state institutions, has implemented food safety and quality control systems to protect public health. Hours after Diamond Media visited Ms. Chinyanta's residence, she called to notify us that one of her 3 sick dogs has died. Nicole Namwinga for Diamond News.
And I've seen a lot of people are still coming out, to talk about their dogs dying from aflatoxicosis. And one of them was most recently, just yesterday, actually, somebody texted me and they were asking if there's any indication on whether or not they will be getting compensation. They will not be getting compensation unless they decide to sue. And I don't know in this case who they will be suing, but there's no compensation that has been lined up to be given to these people. And he was very, very, very upset about it, actually. And he said that it was very, very frustrating for him, and he found it really, really sad that he had to lose all of his dogs in that manner. I was trying to find the message because it was very, very emotional. It was an emotional message that he did put up. Unfortunately, I can't find that message. There's so many messages here. But yeah, it's very, very sad how all of this is panning out. I'm not a pet person. I'm not a dog or cat or anything person. But I do sympathize with people that have pets because they invest a lot of emotion, and I can't explain the connection that they have, but they seem to have a great bond. Look at me looking at the fish, trying to see if this can be my pet, but I don't think I can develop an emotional connection with a fish. They do eat each other, these ones, and looking at how many times they die, actually. I don't think that many people can develop a connection. They die literally every week. I see a new fish in here every week. But moving on, Chongwe community has bid farewell to 9 people who died in Mwashinango village following a gravel mine collapse that occurred on the 25th of August 2024. 8 bodies have been put to rest in 3 separate mass graves at Lubansa village burial site, while 1 body has been buried separately in the same village as the family did not opt for the mass burial. Vice President Mutale Nalumango was in Chongwe district to pay her last respects to the deceased, and she has called for the need to ensure that all quarry and other mines in the district are secure before undertaking works to avoid the loss of life. Let's follow what happened yesterday.
paise teka sembestina kwanise nayamikira kwa kukuru na machechezi wonse bamene mwabwera pano kuti tantizira mavuto aya yamene atichitikira sinaloyo mbekezera kuti tikankale na msonkano waso koma mwine wake mulungu mwasiya manyumba yanu na manchito yanu muli pano nikuti ambuye akudaliseni tilibeso kupasani kwa iseni kulia na kukutokozani nitokoza manduna wozoti ambuye akudaliseni.
Young courageous young men have died in search of livelihoods. We need to help young people together. And the only commitment I can make here is that the deaths of these young people is not in vain. We will honor their memory by building a stronger, safer, and more prosperous Chongwe district.
Eti afwe ntu wapegulemu kai twana kwa bekuntangu Chongwe ikawe busena wakambeti busena kwa wina chena.
We will build, we will recover, and we will rise together so that nothing of this nature happens again. Once again, I wish to convey my condolences to the bereaved family, to the entire community, because these young men were known beyond their families, beyond their village. They were known by many of us.
Very sad situation, and I have to say we sympathize with the families and really, really wish them well and strength during this period. Socialist Party President Dr. Freddie Membe has appeared before the Lusaka Magistrate Court, where he has not pleaded not guilty to a seditious practices related case. In this matter, the politician is charged with one count of seditious practices, which is contrary to the laws of Zambia. And this is following an article that was published on his Facebook and X accounts linked to a governance matter. Best Jerry has been covering this story. Let's take a look at this.
Following his 8th August 2024 arrest on an article published on Facebook and Twitter, Socialist Party leader Fred Membe has appeared before Lusaka Magistrate Court for plea. In this matter, the accused, 65 of Nangwenya Road in Rhodes Park, Lusaka, is charged with one count of seditious practices contrary to Section 57 subsection 1C, as read together with Section 60 subsection 1B of the Penal Code, Chapter 87 of the Laws of Zambia. Allegations are that the accused on July 16, 2024, wrote an article published on his Twitter and Facebook titled "Chisekedi tells DRC Catholic bishops about the 20 million United States dollar payout to buy Zambia's silence." When the matter came up before Magistrate Ida Perry for plea, the accused denied the charge. In this matter, the state has told court they intend to bring about 8 witnesses, while court has set dates to September 30th, 2024 and October 30th, 2024 for mention, and November 25th, 26th and 27th, 2024 for trial. The defense team has sought indulgence of the court for the accused to be represented for the specific purpose of mention in the instance that he is not available. The defense team, being led by counsel Tim Munalula, explains that there are several other engagements that may require Mr. Membe's attention in the period of mention. The state has outrightly objected to the application by the defense that the court grant the accused person leave not to appear before Magistrate Ida Perry on the mentioned dates without any evidence of fact produced before court in order for the court to exercise its discretion. The state notes, following the submission given by the defense, they are equally not sure as to what will happen on those dates in regard to the accused person's presence. The matter is coming up on September 30th, 2024 for mention. Meanwhile, the Socialist Party leader talked to journalists shortly after taking plea.
The first time in our history since electricity came to this territory, we are having load shedding of 22 hours or so. This is not a small thing. Modern human beings cannot do without electricity. When you have electricity for you are going without electricity for 20 hours, 22 hours, it's not a small thing. The cost of living is skyrocketing. Most families are struggling to feed today.
Best Jerry, Diamond News.
So he did speak when he was outside court. Recently, I watched him on Costa, and he said that he didn't feel he basically said that he shouldn't have been charged with any seditious case because he doesn't believe that that's what that's the crime he committed, and he's said quite a bit. But one of the things that was coming out away from all of this is the fact that so we've connected the thing, and now my goodness. So I can, oh yes, I can do this. So he was talking about how, he was talking about a lot of issues, but one of the things that was coming out was the fact that his political party has had so many resignations. And because of these resignations, I wanted to actually talk to one of the people. This is a feature, and I guess this is our inauguration of this feature. I'm trying to see if I have his number. I want us to try and call Antonio Mwanza because he resigned from the party, and I don't know if I haven't talked to him in forever. I've probably never called him actually. So I'm trying to see. Oh, I don't know what it said. Okay, I hope it wasn't ringing. Because if I call twice, that's very impolite. Let's see.
There is no response from the
there's no response from the requested number. I think this is like an old number or something. Let me try to call him on WhatsApp. You know what, guys? I'm just trying to test this out. Now I'm just gonna start calling random numbers. I'm just gonna start calling random numbers. Let me call Anthony Walia. Oh man, this is so fun. I'm just trying to test this out and see how it's gonna be working out. Way. It's just saying calling, but when it's ringing, it should say ringing on WhatsApp. This is so sad, guys. I feel frustrated by, should I call Chimweka? Let me call Chimweka. Do I have his number? Okay, there we go. I'm trying to call him on WhatsApp. Let's see if it's ringing. Does he have a phone? Okay, it's ringing. I hope he's not driving. Sorry? Oh, he is? I hope he's not in the middle of something. It's not working. Hi, Chimweka. Can you hear me?
Why do you sound like you're on air or something?
Can you hear me though?
Yeah.
So
I can hear.
Okay, so the thing is, we're testing out a feature where I can call people and talk to them on the show. I tried to call Antonio Mwanza, his phone is off. I tried to call Anthony Valia, his phone is off as well. So I wanted to call you and just, hear if you can hear me. And, just to also teach you a few lessons. This is what it's like, to actually be on a podcast. I know that you're not very good at it, but so you have to be spontaneous like this for you to make the podcast interesting. And you have to speak.
I can say at the beginning of this call, you've got your radio TV voice on, which you don't have when you're off air. So that's how I knew that you're probably on. You do this thing. It's got like this accent. This is no your accent, by the way. I hope everyone can hear me.
I know what you're trying to do. Trying to get back at me for being for being second best. But
I'm just being honest. I just knew from the way you called. You're just like, I was just trying to call Antonio Mwanza. And he's probably on air doing.
All right, cheers. I guess this thing works. Thanks a lot, Chimweka. Bye-bye. Okay, all right. Let's move on. You know what? Let's move on and take a look at our last story for today. That was a bit fun, but I think that the next time we're going to do that, it's going to be very, very holding people accountable kind of thing. The government has urged employers of companies in the construction sector to prioritize the safety of their employees. Labour and Social Security Minister Brenda Tambatamba observes that accidents and work fatalities can be avoided, though the institution of policies that guarantee workers' safety is very important. Gabriel Josias Muba was covering this story. Let's take a look at this.
Reports of compromised worker safety in the construction sector have emerged. Many workers have been trapped while serving. Others died, while those who survived are still battling life injuries. A campaign to prioritize the safety of workers in the construction sector has been launched.
Guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, in order to effectively address specific needs of various economic sectors, a program has been developed to hold sectorial launches of the Vision Zero campaign. So far, the program has been launched in the mining industry. It has also been launched in the agriculture industry. It has also been launched in hospitality. And now, today, ladies and gentlemen, we're having to launch it in the construction sector.
Vision Zero represents a transformative shift in how we approach safety. It is not just about reducing or mitigating the risks. It's about creating a culture where safety is integral to everything we do. in the construction industry, where the stakes are high and the risks are significant, embracing Vision Zero is both a moral imperative and a practical necessity.
The government has urged employers to institute policies that prioritize the safety of workers. Minister of Labour and Social Security Brenda Tambatamba officiated at the launch in Zambia's tourism capital, Livingstone.
I have noted with concern the rising number of fatalities in the block making sector in recent times as it relates to the construction sector. I therefore expect the Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board, in collaboration with my ministry and other stakeholders, to develop guidelines for regulating the block making industry.
While the safety of workers is primary, compensation for injured personnel is paramount. The Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board has reaffirmed commitment to compensate workers for disabilities suffered as a result of accidents or diseases contracted during the course of duty. Gabriel Josias, Mova, Diamond News.
All right, then. Thank you so much. All right, no, I'm just joking. Thank you for being a part of the podcast today. My name is Dingindaba Jonah Buyoya. We wrap up the week, but we're back on Monday, stronger and better, with giving you highlights of some of the big stories around Zambia. Yeah, Zambia. What a day.